Hi everyone, this is Mario at Grit, and I'm going to show you how to install your front wheel onto your brand new Freedom Chair. So, first thing to do is to take all of the parts, they're going to come in a little bag like this attached to the instructions, and lay them out on this instruction sheet. And this is a good way to keep everything organized during the assembly process. Also helps you identify all the different parts and make sure that they're put together in the same order. Now this is the only assembly step that you have to do that requires a tool, and it's pretty straightforward, but we're going to walk through it so that you can confidently put your chair together. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to give us a call, 877-345-4748, or email us at support@gogrit.us. So I've got the front wheel here. I have all the parts laid out, and I have the 5mm Allen key. It'll either be in the bag or it'll be attached to the front of your user manual. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the front wheel, and I'm going to take one of the bearings. Both bearings are exactly the same, and if you look closely at the bearing, you can see that it has an angled edge. We also call that a chamfer. It's important to keep note of this angled edge and make sure that it's pointing the right direction. You always want it to be going into your Freedom Chair. So I'm going to take this bearing and slide it with the angled edge up onto the tube like this. You can see the angled edge is up and the bearing is there. There's a little bit of a gap at the bottom. Now what I'm going to do is take this angled edge up with the fork, put it into your Freedom Chair like this. As you can see, it just goes up in, and front wheel is there. Now I'm going to take the second bearing with the angled edge. This time I'm going to put angled edge down. Pop that bearing in. I'm just going to move my way up the front wheel parts sheet. Take the compression ring. You can see it's got the little split there. Doesn't really matter which direction the split's pointing, but you want the cone to be down, and this is going to hold everything in with the bearing. So slide it in, cone side down. Now I'm going to grab the bearing cover. It's got a flat edge and a curved edge, and I want to put flat edge down. So that goes over the top like this. Now I'm going to take the rest of the pieces and I'm going to put them together in my hand and then attach them all at once. So I'm going to take the spacer first. I'm going to put the top cap on top of it. You can see the top cap has a cone. That's going to go down into the spacer. Then I'm going to take the split washer. It's a washer with a cut in it, just like a spring. Drop that in to the hole in the top of the top cap. And I'm going to take this screw and put that through everything in the middle. So I'm going to get these 4 pieces all together, and this screw is going to thread right into this this nut down inside here. So taking my 5mm, I want to tighten it up. And once I feel everything start to get kind of tight, I'm going to keep testing to make sure I can spin the front wheel, and I'm going to tighten it just until I start to feel a little bit of resistance. You still want the front wheel to spin freely in either direction, but you don't want it to move up and down at all. If you're in doubt, just kind of tighten it until you start to feel resistance, and do a little bit of jiggling to test to make sure that it's in place. And that's all there is to it. Like I said, if you have any questions, give us a call, shoot us an email. We don't want this step to be frustrating or difficult, and so if you feel like you're stuck, take a step back, look over the instructions, watch the video again, and ask for help if you need it. Thanks, enjoy the ride.